right, Luke. Well, I'm so happy that we get to chat today. And the first question that I wanted to ask you is, how did you get into franchising? Kind of a classic.
Yeah, classic question for me. I think the best answer is nepotism. You know, I ask that question to candidates all the time. Why are they doing what they're doing? I have an art degree, which means I wasn't going to do anything with that, not in the real world. I had always been entrepreneurial. I had been actually my first job in franchising was in Chicago. I had decided to move to Chicago and I needed something that would cover my living expenses. So I went to Chicago and worked for a franchisee with a commercial cleaning place. Then ended up moving back home, getting involved with some other small businesses. And I found myself looking for what was my next new adventure going to be. And my uncle, of all things, my uncle was involved with a window cleaning franchise here in St. Louis. And he said, come talk to us. And I very distinctly remember saying thanks, but no thanks, because I thought I knew everything that I needed to know about franchising. But man, was I wrong. So I started with a company called Fish Window Cleaning back in the regular world of franchising. And since then, I kind of became a student of franchising, and that all led me to where we are here today.
That's awesome. So it sounds like you have been in the franchising world for a while. How would you say that your past experience helps you now as a franchise coach?
Yeah, so I have been involved with, I guess, over the course of coming up on 15 years now. I was working on the side of working with franchisors. So on their franchise development side, on their leadership teams. And I very distinctly know what it is that these franchises are looking for. And I also know how attractive that shiny new thing that those franchises offer, how attractive that can be to a candidate. I think the thing that I try to do is I try and look beyond the shiny thing, and let's look at what is your life as an owner going to be. Because I always like to tell candidates that honeymoon phase is going to wear off. So that shiny, attractive widget that your franchise is offering in about 2 years will no longer be exciting to you. So we need to make sure that you're in a business that suits the needs of you and your family. So I like to look at it from an owner's perspective first, and then let's look at what it is that the franchise offers to the customers.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense. And speaking of clients, what is your favorite part of working with clients?
Oh, I just love talking to people. It's life's too short to get stuck in the same conversations that you're going to have over and over. So I love finding new people that have different needs. I just love hearing other people's stories. So that's really the thing that drives me to figure out where we can place them in something that's going to take them and their families to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So why should someone who is considering owning a franchise work with us at FranCoach?
I think it's just the expertise. Really what it boils down to is there are a tremendous amount of wonderful franchises that are out there. And this can be the scariest thing ever because everybody has that fear of missing out on what the next new opportunity is. And sometimes the next new opportunity isn't anything you ever would have expected.
Totally.
Again, rely on us for the experiences that we have. Rely on us for as a team where we share information back and forth with each other. So there are experiences that I have that some of the other coaches haven't had, and vice versa. Having that collective insight on what's happening in the world of franchising, I think is something that is second to none. And again, I go back to that owner's experience. We focus on not the widget, but we focus on getting people into the best ownership model for them.
Absolutely. Definitely. That's perfect. And then if you could give one piece of advice for soon-to-be franchise owners, what would you tell them?
Have fun with it. This is at the beginning stages of looking at a franchise. I always say, let's be self-centered. And I know self-centered isn't a word that everybody that's not the light that when my mom told me I was self-centered, that was a terrible thing. But this is the time to be self-centered. You have worked for many, many years working for someone else, building their dream. Mm-hmm. Now is the time for you to be self-centered and to be uncompromising. Mm-hmm. As we start to go through the process and look at all these different brands and different opportunities, then we can start to compromise. But initially, as you go through the process, let's be self-centered. Let's be specific about what it is that you want. And who knows, there may be some wonderful opportunities out there that check all the boxes for you, but you may not ever have dreamt that that was going to be the thing that was going to be what your business did. There's a lot of people that are cleaning houses or cleaning windows or fixing garage doors that never anticipated that would be where their life was, but the business has done some really wonderful things for them and their family.
Absolutely. That's so true. And I think that's such a common experience. That's awesome, Luke. Those are my serious questions for you.
All right.
And I do have a couple just for fun questions.
Okay.
My first one is brush with fame. We would like to hear about the most famous person that you've ever met, and of course, the story behind that.
I guess my favorite story of a celebrity, if you will. When I was in college, I worked at a music venue in St. Louis, and George Clinton from Parliament and P-Funk All-Stars and all that other stuff was playing at our venue, and the nightclub guy told me I needed to go pick up something from the hotel. I didn't realize it was George Clinton, so here I am in my grandma's Oldsmobile, picking up George Clinton to take him to the concert venue. And I asked him if he would sign something, and little did I know he would whip out a Sharpie and sign the headliner of my grandmother's car. So I guess that's my favorite brush with fame. So
that's amazing. I love that. I love a good signing something random story.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I have just one more for you.
Sure.
Is FranCoach specific. Which FranCoacher would you want to switch hair with?
That's not fair for Tim.
I know, he's totally at a disadvantage.
I mean, we're like on a short list. I guess Katie. I don't know.
It's a good answer. Katie has great hair.
Yeah, I'll take Katie.
Yeah, I think you could pull it off.
Yeah, the beard and Katie's hair would be awesome.
Totally, I would like to see that.
Full facial hair and all that hair, because I would love to see who gets my hair.
Yeah, me too. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Luke.